Hi, it's been a while since I've made a video. I want to do a river update today. I'm going to do it slightly different. First of all, I want to send the drone out because there's some things that I want to quickly capture. The river level has dropped by about 6.5 meters now, going on 7 meters, and you can see on the left hand side there how much the water is retracted. Now, we still consider the peak flow for this year to be close to what it was in 2011. Difference is that the floods of the last 2 years have cleaned up the flow of the river so much that the water speed was much higher. Bit of conjecture on my side perhaps, but that's what we perceived. You can see the amount of trees that were uprooted and taken out. Most of the trees here that are dead are actually not indigenous to the area. Fever trees on the right hand side, on the left hand side, mesquite trees from Central America. So it's a good thing that the river's been cleaned up a bit. Now, a lot of people are very interested in what the flow levels are here, and that's because of the Durangby Road. And we might want to look into that a little bit more, but let's first look at what's happening higher up on the rivers. Looking at the Vaal side, the dam is showing on this page as being 107% full as of yesterday evening. But that doesn't seem right. It's not been that full the previous couple of days, and looking at the actual measurements at the dam, it's showing just over 102%, which I'm taking to be the correct reading because that corresponds to the previous days. Then looking at Bloemhof, outflow from Vaal at 50 cubic, looking at Bloemhof at 102.6% outflow of also 50 cubics. The dam showing pretty much stable with a slight outflow there. Looking then at the Garib side, Garib dam at 95%, and they stopped. It looks like 3 of the 4 turbines have been stopped. They're using 1 to generate electricity, 135 cubic outflow. Remember that. Let's just look at the dam itself. Here it's showing around 150 cubic outflow. In and outflow fairly well matched, so the level will be stable. Now looking at the Van der Kloof, it's showing a more than 200 cubic inflow, this light blue line, and an outflow of more than that, which indicates that the level is going to drop. But if you look, if Garib is outflowing only 135, that will be the inflow to Van der Kloof. So that inflow is a bit optimistic, which means that level will drop faster, which means I'm predicting that they will stop electricity generation earlier. This looks like about 75% of electricity generation capacity. I'm not exactly sure of the precise numbers on those, but that's what it looks like to me. Now, what that means for the lower orange is around the 350 cubic outflow plus a 52 from Bloemhof will give you about a 400 cubic going downstream. Priska showing 460. Katlani seems to be incorrect. Time will tell. We'll have to see. So this will drop to 400. Now, looking at Durangby Road here, which a lot of people are asking about because a lot of people want to go and camp there, we need lower than 300 cubic flow here to be able to drive through to Durangby. And currently it looks like 400 cubic. It will have to drop at Van der Kloof to around, I think, 98%, then they will reduce electricity generation, and then Durangby Road, 7 days after that about, Durangby Road will be passable. There doesn't seem to be too much going on weather-wise in the interior, but if we look over the next 5 days, it seems like a low pressure system here is pushing in rainy conditions in the south coast. And hopefully over the next 10 days that will give some relief to the drought-stricken area around Port Elizabeth. We can have a closer look at that. If this could hold up 100 millimeter, 120 millimeter, that would bring some relief in that area. Let's look at YR. This is Crakiel in the catchment area, showing there roughly 60 plus millimeters. So hopefully that holds up.